Hi guys, I am coming to you scandalously topless from my makeup room because I just did some self-tanning. I was a little bit worried about my self-tanner because it's been almost 2 years since I used it. It's probably technically expired. But I only used to use it on my face and put makeup over it, and so it's this stuff. I store it upside down. It's the foam, and I use a mitt, but I got a little bit hasty at the end and just used my hands, so my hands are all stained brown even though I washed them really well, and my feet look horrendous because I did not. Basically all of self-tanning 101 I completely skipped just because I was feeling really hasty, and you can't tell from the lighting but my face looks so oily and brown, but I can't rinse it off yet because it needs to set. So I have to run some errands and I have to work today, so I'm gonna just do that with super brown face. If anybody has a self-tanner that they prefer, I would love to hear about it, because I'm sure in the 2 or 3 years since I last used self-tanner, there's probably something better on the market. But I still have kind of a full bottle of that, so I might as well use it up first. I don't know. I'm about to make myself an IVF dessert, an FET dessert. I figured what I would do is get some walnuts, which are supposed to be good during an FET to eat, some peanut butter, and all that is in that, I believe, is roasted peanuts, and it says less than 1% of salt. But it also says there's 1 gram of sugar in it. Is that from peanuts? Whatever. Okay. So that's the kind of peanut butter I use. And then I got this dark chocolate. I could have gotten super, super dark chocolate with next to no sugar in it, but let's face it, I want this to actually be enjoyable. And I have this theory that people who say they like really dark chocolate are lying. It's just a joke, people. Don't get upset. This is 11 grams of sugar. Most dark chocolates have almost 20, and or 20 or more, and the really dark ones have like 5% sugar. So I thought that this would be a good balance in between to use. And I'm going to melt these in a bowl, and I'm going to coat these and then put them on some wax paper. And they will be a nice little treat if I'm craving something chocolatey, but they'll also have actual benefits, nutritional benefits to them. So while I do this, I'm going to be putting rice on my phone because I was trying to charge it and I had to unplug the air freshener, and I was holding it over here and I dunked it in this pitcher of water. So, so that's what's going on right now. I'm going to make some essential fatty acid walnut treats for my FET while hoping my phone survives my idiot move. And suddenly my counter is just covered in stuff now. As I was stirring it, I tasted the fork and I felt like it needed a little more peanut butter. I also just added some coconut oil to it as well. And I'm going to stir that up. It's pretty hot right now, so I think that that will be good enough to melt that and get it incorporated. And now I'm going to stop pretending I'm left-handed. So I think I have it pretty well combined here, except I'm going to get a spatula to scrape the sides. I'm going to taste it. Perfect. I think peanut butter is awesome because it tastes good without having to be sweet, but chocolate needs to be a little bit sweet, and this way adding peanut butter helped me prevent adding sugar and or sugar substitute like stevia, because let's face it, it tastes like poison. So I'm going to start putting these in here after I spatulate this. I just made up a word. I need a bigger spatula. Alright. I don't need to be dropping my camera in chocolate after I drop my phone in water. We have had enough accidents for today. So I'm just going to start piling these in here. And then I'm going to stir it up to coat them. Put most of it in there. I think I got some pretty perfect ratios here, considering I didn't measure anything and I'm not following a recipe. So, okay, so I was wrong. I actually think I have too much chocolate, so I'm going to Well, this is kind of taking away from the fact that it was just supposed to be walnuts, but I think I'm going to add some Rice Krispies. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this in, just like this, and just see how far that gets me. I just switched to a spoon, by the way. And I'm going to see how far that gets me and just add a little bit until I feel like I've got it at the right proportions. And now I'm just taking a tiny cookie dough scooper and and just throwing it onto a tray, apparently. Maybe I don't even need this. Maybe I'm just being ridiculous. Yeah. So I stuck those in the freezer, and my phone seems to be okay. I just realized that this entire production was met by some unexpected rice, but it's alright. It's alright. Things happen. So another thing that I've been planning to do is introduce a lot of avocado into my diet for the next few weeks. Secret about me, I hate avocado. I don't know if I had too much of it in a short period of time and it's just been ruined for me since, but sometimes just trying to eat it, like I'll order something with it on it at a restaurant and it makes me gag if I try to eat it. So what I have done here is I went to the store yesterday. I got a bunch of avocado that were gorgeously ripe and just like happened to be ready to use that day. Usually if I buy them at the store, they're rock hard for 3 days and then they go bad before I can use them. But I took deshelled them. What do you call that? I scooped them all out of the shells, removed the pits, put them in this container, and put them in the freezer so that I can make smoothies with it. And what I figure I'm going to do is add banana, because banana, as you may or may not know, cancels out the flavor of everything. Like if you even put banana in a bag with your lunch, it makes everything else taste like banana. So I bought some that were just barely on the yellow side, you know, like they're still green, they're still not ripe in some people's opinion, but when you've got PCOS, if you have an insulin resistance issue or if you have any kind of issue with insulin resistance outside of PCOS, the sugars have not had time to develop as much, so there's technically a lower sugar content in bananas when they're at this stage. So I'm going to peel them, pop them in some freezer bags and freeze them, and then I got some almond milk. I'm not going to put all of this stuff in at once, but I got some almond milk, and this stuff has no sugar in it whatsoever. And I also picked up a few full-fat yogurts, Greek yogurts. So some days I might have a little of each or one or the other, and then I'll probably put a little bit of cocoa powder into, or peanut butter, anything I can do to mask the avocados, but to get the benefits of the fatty acids in them, because I read a lot about studies and successful IVF cycles, whether it's fresh or frozen, that people had 3 times more success rate if they ate a lot of avocado. So I'm going to force myself to get it in. I like to also have them so they're easier on my blender, so I just stick them in the bag and then I cut them while they're in there. So it's going to break apart pretty easily, and what I'm going to do is put it in this reusable storage bag here. Because it seems like it melts pretty easily, I'm probably just going to keep it in the freezer, but that's probably because I use too much coconut oil. I honestly don't mind though, because I'd rather have a little bit more coconut oil in my diet, and I don't have it in as much as I would like. So I'm going to start breaking this apart here.
I'm watching my new baby niece, Leah. Look at her awesome little mohawk. She's gonna wake up any minute now.
So Mike was just showing me stuff that he planted in the yard, and look at these green beans that are coming in over here. There's a whole bunch of them. Bowser kept insisting that he wanted to eat some, but then he would spit them out. They're green beans spit out over there. But show me that thing. I want to record that thing.
Okay, so I'm kind of a big gardener.
Ah! My
You
shoe
okay?
came off.
All right, I'm kind of a big gardener. I like gardening. It's relaxing. All right, usually with a drink in my hand, it's my relaxed thing. So I added in these stone garden beds a couple years ago on that side and over here. All right, and then I've been slowly adding little things in here and there. But it was kind of getting out of control. And then the chickens just destroyed it. I love them to death. They're awesome animals. They destroyed everything. So I started kind of over from scratch today. So,
Oh, I want to go see the pumpkin again. I know it's no big deal, but I like it.
so these are sugar pumpkins. These are the ones that are sweet that you make a pie out of. And I have one right there. Pretty excited about it. It's a little early. Pretty excited about it.
It's all little and
Okay.
fuzzy.
Oh, here's one too. This one fell off. This one's no good anymore.
Oh.
But there was one.
Rest in pumpkin.
Yeah. So I got some things I'm gonna move around. I got some things I'm gonna do. All right. But I had some poppies, and I don't know if you guys ever knew what poppies look like, but this is a poppy. It gets a big red flower on it. Okay. And it's not a really attractive plant when it's done blooming. It kind of just looks like a weed, so you're supposed to trim them down. But the cool thing about them is, after everything falls through, you wonder where do the seeds come from. So
I didn't ever wonder that. For some reason, I just didn't connect it.
this thing here, all right. Actually, if you peel it off a little bit, okay. They all fell out of this one already. Okay, so this is a bad example. All right.
Hey, board loose.
This was a good example here. Okay. So, once you peel the top of them off, and you bend them over, those are all the poppy seeds. Okay. And Creasy got really excited about it.
That's so cool. I never knew. I never
That's what
thought
they are.
about
They're
it
all
like
these little
that.
things here. So, that's it.
Oh, poppies.
Drop
Poppies
them
will
all
make them
over.
sleep. The bees are buzzing. And the wisteria is blooming even more. Oh, it's so pretty.
So
I'm
we
so
put
excited
some
about that.
lattice on the house here, and then up underneath, and it's kind of just crawling along it there, which is kind of cool.
So it grew so fast, and all the chickens are all freaked out right now. I think Bowser's bothering them.
I think they don't want to hear us talking to them.
You guys okay? Where are you guys? Bowser, you leave those chickens alone. Those chickens. I am sorting through Mike's laundry and the stuff that I'm going to wash. I'm in his closet here, which I'm hoping to take over very soon because I did the initial organization in here, but it kind of gets away from me. So I'm going to try and work on that. Nermal's over there exploring over by Humphrey's stuff. Nermal! Nermal! Yeah, she's fascinated. So this is kind of my stopping point for today. I just did more laundry. Refilled Mike's boxers. That spot up there is where I put his sock basket, and usually I try to pair up the ones that I can. Sometimes I have a situation like this where the blue and orange sock, it's just the tip is that color, so I'll just put those together because you can't see it in his shoe. And then when I have separate ones that are probably sitting in between loads of laundry or are gone forever for who knows what reason, I just have them in this basket kind of on the side for when I do other loads of laundry. There is his hanger basket because that is currently the only way that I can really keep extra hangers for him, because when his clothes are all done, almost all of those are used up. Right now, for work, he doesn't need his dress shirts. He uses these with the company logo on them. And then I have the rest of his dirty laundry and an extra laundry hamper over there. The shoes situation, it's weird. We're like a shoes off house, but for some reason he likes to put his shoes on like right when he gets dressed, so he puts shoes there. And this is my little helper dog, Halloos. She likes to steal socks. And just in case anybody doesn't know about this, if you have problems with your back or your knees and like carrying laundry baskets is tough for you, I use one of these. This is a 31. I think this is called a large utility tote. It's got straps and it holds almost exactly one whole load of laundry, depending on like how large your laundry load is. But you could pack it really, really full and even like have it mounding over and just put it on your shoulder, and it is so much easier on my knees carrying it down the stairs. And I guess that is it for laundry today. So the one thing that I do need to organize that I completely ignore is up there. Dun, dun, dun. stuff just gets thrown up there because this is like a spare bedroom. So there's a whole bunch of wasted space up there. This is the project that I shouldn't start today, but I think I'm going to. In our actual bedroom, we have a hamper here and somehow another laundry basket there that we've been using, even though we've got this really nice hamper that hides everything. We have this weird system going on. This set of drawers is from when Mike was a little kid, and it's filled. Listen, he refuses to get rid of this. We painted it to match one of our first bedrooms in our first apartment. We did not have enough knobs. It was missing knobs, and the only ones I could find were ones that weren't even shaped the same. And it's filled with battle beasts, or whatever the shit these things are called. So he doesn't want to get rid of those. We have a plant on it and a pitcher to water the plant and fill the humidifier. And then these two cuties right here. But I actually was thinking it would be really nice to have some kind of shelving here for folding my clothes and for these baskets that are overflowed, because I just toss stuff up there because I'm too short to reach them. And so that looks horrific. So I think that is something that I'm going to try to accomplish at some point. We have a dog crate in here because our dogs honestly like to sleep in it sometimes. Well, Bowser does. But usually there's like pillows and blankets in it, and we just washed them. So it looks kind of unwelcoming sitting in here right now. And that's the dog's toy basket because the toys get spread all over. So let's see what I can do with this. It's amazing how cluttered and dirty and ridiculous things look when you're filming them to show people. This is my 5-minute solution to this. That shelving unit it was left here in the house by the woman we bought it from in the basement. I think she had a whole bunch of like magazine racks on them. And in the background of my makeup videos in my makeup room, the whole rest of them are in there. They're kind of beat up. I do have white contact paper just on the tops to make it look nice because it didn't look very nice. There were rips in it like that right there. And there's little stains. And there's big ugly nail holes or screw holes. So I think what I'm going to do is just paint those all white. Possibly just put white contact paper on those shelves just to make it look a little bit cleaner. And speaking of cleaner, now that I'm taking a closer look at this pot, that needs to be scrubbed down as well. I put the other thing in our spare bedroom. So yes, that looks kind of unsightly in here, but we do have some extra side tables and furniture and plants in here. And this is where Mike gets dressed. Look how cute these shelves are that I set up in what used to be our bedroom. It had like a bamboo theme. I did one of those frame a cork kind of deals with some bamboo paper, and Mike put a Hello Kitty there for some reason. Also, there was a bamboo decal behind our bed. But this is a really great room for just throwing things in it because we do not have any other use for it currently. We're watching the bees. Is that weird that we're sitting out here watching the bees?
They're adorable.
I think they're cute.
Bumblebees are the most adorable. Look at this little one.
Oh.
That's right.
I'm looking for the really big one that bounced off of me earlier, though.
I saw him a little while ago. He was like the size of a quarter.
He was huge.
He was just a dope. He was flying here and he bounced off the door and then he flew off that way. So he's probably lost somewhere.
He's embarrassed. Hey,
I think my friend Fatso's in here somewhere.
Oh, that big toad?
Yeah. Let me
We
see if
found
I
a
can
huge
find him real
toad.
quick. I think he's like right here.
And he just planted the curly willow tree over there?
I'm worried this yard's going to turn into one of those yards where there's like too much stuff planted.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Don't worry. Woo-woo! Sorry, that was inappropriate.
Yeah, you're going to edit that out. Oh, there he is.
You found him?
There he is right here. This is our friend. His name's Fatso. There he is. There he is.
I don't want to scare him.
He's handsome.
Little guy is putting his little face in every single one. Oh, it's so cute. He's checking everyone. Oh! Oh! Oh. He said, leave me alone.
His buddy's down here now.
Why? Because you have no shirt on?
Because I have no shirt on and I'm unfortunate looking.
Stop it. No, you're not. Hi, girl. it hanging out inside your little house? Hmm? Crystal said Yoshi looks like a hawk. Now I can't unsee it. It's kind of neat. We have a tiny hawk.
She's for real.
She's fancy.
She's fancy.
She's so fancy. I just put together this really cheap wire rack to go as storage behind my washer or dryer, whichever it'll fit better on, because I wanted like a console table or a shelf down there, but I don't have a lot of room. Fingers crossed that this works. So here's our super glamorous washing machine, and this is what our dryer always ends up looking like, no matter how neat I've tried to make it. Like, see that basket? And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about Mike helping me with the laundry, but this makes me a little bit nuts because it's hard to get to the controls, and I'm always afraid like a spider's gonna crawl out and scare me. I was going to get a kind of table of some kind to put here, but there isn't a ton of room. So let's see if this works. You guys hungry? Good, want your dinner? So I have it set up there now. It just has those two little arms on it, and you're supposed to, the instructions say to bend them at the angle that you need them to be most upright at, you know, so that you have a straight shelf. So I'm going to try and put things on it now. For some reason, I'm so nervous it's all just going to fall behind it. How much better that is. Oh my goodness, what a difference that makes. And what I did was I really overbent it. They send it to you on like it's basically almost a 90-degree angle, and you have to really keep bending it, and you feel like you're doing something wrong, but it works out really nicely, I think. And I tried to clean the top of the washer with the exception of the paint from when Mike painted the basement floor and then painted the back wall and then ran out. There's paint on there, and I'm gonna have to put some kind of a shallow dish or tray here where he can just throw tools or whatever he wants to when he's working down here, and then I can put him away from that. That way it'll keep it nice and clean, and it'll be easy to wipe down and still access everything without it piling up. So I'm really excited about that. Yay. That is it for this week, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.